What is up, my fellow virgins? It's your boy A with like say sauce. Come on, focus camera. Today we about to react. I just woke up too. That's crazy, right? We about to react to the why lightweights can't break into the top three, and this is actually a pretty good. I didn't watch the video yet, but this is actually like a pretty good question or a good question that everybody wanna answer. But let's see what the fuck he got to say.
Why can't contenders beat these three guys? Charles Oliveira.
Okay, first of all, let's be honest. Charles is a fucking beast, a berserk fighter. You know, he's defeated the most top five lightweights under like 4 or 5 minutes. He defeated Dustin in like the second round or some shit like that. Justin first, Michael Chandler second. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's just one. This is a beast, bro. It's my favorite fight right here. So that's who's next.
Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, and
Okay, I'm gonna let him talk.
Dustin Poirier just continue to stay on top. Despite being around 34 and 35, the
Damn, the fuck.
age in which most fighters decline, this generation of lightweights have continued to stay on top of the division. And obviously excluding Islam Makhachev that one time, it will practically be the exception to everything I say in this video. Every time a new contender has tried to break into the top three, they've been dealt with in amazing fashion, despite being expected to win by a decent amount by the odds makers. Starting with Justin Gaethje, when he gave at the time the number 6th ranked contender Rafael Fiziev a chance to break into the top three. Not only did Justin Gaethje beat him, he beat him at his own.
He didn't beat him. He dominated him. Like, it looked like child's play out there. His face and Justin Gaethje's face and the shit he was throwing and the speed and the power. Gaethje just looked at like fucking Thanos out that bitch. Like, he just didn't bleed.
Again. Fiziev is an insanely talented kickboxer who kept getting stopped in his tracks by Justin's power and newfound patience in his striking, and ultimately lost to a unanimous decision. Then following Charles' loss to Islam Makhachev, he had a statement win over, at the time, a red-hot Beneil Dariush who's on an 8.
Beneil is fucking trash, bro. Like, that motherfucker right there. I'm not talking shit on Beneil. If you watching this, bro, it's just for fun and games and shits and giggles. But at the same time, bro, you're fucking trash, bro. Like, retire, go chill with your fucking family, bro. Unless you want more money, but stop. You feel me? Just stop, bro. Cause like, just stop, bro. Please. My man's Oliveira, fucking UFC for his ass. I should say, bing. That shit was perfect. All right, let me get back to the video.
Streak and took care of him with ease by starching him with a head kick, and the first to prove he was still a title contender. Finally, and most recently, when young and hungry rising contender Benoit Saint-Denis, who was on a 5-fight win streak and finish streak, tried.
Who is these guys? Never heard of these motherfuckers, bro. I don't like that shit crazy, bro. Niggas giving me like a Khabib resume. Like, Khabib, I hate when people be like, oh, Khabib's the best of all time. Oh my god, he beats Conor, this and that. Look at his resume. Who did he fight before he actually got the title? That's when his resume start looking like, holy shit, he beat fucking nobodies, bro. If y'all want to debate, we can debate about it. You know, we can debate. I love debating. You feel what I'm saying? So leave a comment. I might reply. 10 times out of 10. I don't care what you're saying. You know, I love every single comment. I don't give a fuck. You can say the most racist shit in the world. It don't matter. As long as you took the time to. You feel me? Appreciate it.
To break into the top three, he also got stopped in his tracks by the high-level boxing of Dustin Poirier. Since 2021, when Charles first became champ, in practically every other division we have seen a new name or a couple new names in the top three, or even at the championship position. Some notable rises in their respective division in the last 2 years include the two youngest current champions, Ilia.
Nobody believed me when I say he was gonna win that belt. Come on, bro.
Topuria and Sean O'Malley, who weren't even in the top 15 in their division in 2021, and now not only broke into the top rankings, but are at the pinnacle of their division. Additionally, poster boy of the new heavyweight 2.0, Tom Aspinall, was ranked 10th in 2021 and is now the interim champion of the division and has seemingly scared off the real quote-unquote champ of the division. A lot can happen in 2 years or so, and again, practically every division has seen new talent shake up the top, but
Fuck Dreekers, man.
Not lightweight. These are the rankings in 2021 for lightweight, and these are the current rankings in lightweight now. For the past 2 or 3 years, Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, and Dustin Poirier have remained the top 3 contenders of the lightweight division and have defeated all newcomers in the top of the division. And with UFC 300 and his fight with new contender Arman Tsarukyan, where
He's gonna take his fucking head off.
he's the underdog yet again, Charles Oliveira has another chance to keep this big 3 alive and keep the top 3 lightweights close to anyone new. These 3 legendary names in the lightweight division have continued to stay in the top 3 of the division for over 2 years now, but why? Why does it seem
You know something funny? Oliveira defeated every single motherfucker on this goddamn list. Look at that. Bing, bing, bing. I'm done.
impossible to shake up these 3 guys from being the top contenders? Let's go back to 2021. Charles Oliveira shocks the world by defeating Michael Chandler in an amazing comeback victory and wins the vacant lightweight belt following the retirement of Khabib. From this point, Charles would reign for about a year or so before getting stopped himself by Islam Makhachev. During this amazing run, these 3, with the addition of Michael Chandler, basically only fought each other. Though Dustin Poirier did fight Conor McGregor within this time span from May 2021 to October 2022, in that year and a half-ish, we saw almost every possible combination of fights between these 4 guys. And every one of them resulted in absolutely classic bangers. Like mentioned before, this run would start out hot with Charles Oliveira claiming the title from Michael Chandler, where he would come back from a disastrous first round and finish Chandler early.
I'm sorry, bro, but it wasn't disastrous. It was some shit. Like, you could say something like that, but we gonna go with that.
In the second. Then we would be followed by a war between Justin Gaethje and Michael Chandler, where both guys landed in sustained strikes that would kill the average human. We would then go back to Charles Oliveira, who would first defend his title with Dustin Poirier by sustaining another bad first round, but eventually
I feel like on some real shit, Charles, bro, this fight right here, I can't lie to y'all. This fight right here was fucking lit, but Charles was losing low key. But at the same time, I feel like after this fight, that's when his striking got 10 times better. Because I seen something different in his game ever since he fought Dustin. But he hit Dustin with the crazy knee to the bodies, and he figured out, I won't say it's weakness, but he figured out how to stop that gas tank, stop that pressure. Charles is smart as shit. Don't get the game fucked up, bro. He's smart as shit.
getting the finish in the third. While Michael Chandler went off to do his own thing by going after an aging Tony Ferguson, in the same event, the main event, Charles got his chance to fight Justin Gaethje and for another time survive punishment to ultimately get the submission win yet again. And this is outside the window of May 2021 and October 2022, so after Charles lost the belt, but we still saw this a month after. Finally, we saw Iron clash with Diamond, and through classic Minecraft rules, Diamond beat Iron by taking him to the ground and getting a rear naked choke after a violent clash on the feet.
I'm sorry I keep pausing this shit. I feel like I gotta talk my shit, but I feel like Michael Chandler just needs to low key forget about McGregor and get a title shot ASAP. Not like a title shot automatically. I just feel like he should just get back in there, build his resume up more, because I feel like Chandler's a good ass fighter. Don't get me wrong. He's actually entertaining, probably the most entertaining light. No, I can't say the most entertaining lightweight. I can say he's in third place with the most entertainment. But I can say he needs to stop worrying about McGregor. I know he won a red panty night, but come on, bro. You was on fucking Monday Night Raw, bro. What are you doing, bro? I love WWE, and I just feel like UFC and WWE should just stay separate. Honestly, I could talk behind the scenes, go to places, support, but I just feel like don't fuck up my childhood, bro. I don't want to see you, Conor McGregor. No, I'm not. No, bro. You fucking me up.
With the top three only fighting each other.
But come back, though. Get back on the ring, because I want to see you fight.
And also Michael Chandler from mid-2021 to early 2023, it's easy to see why these guys have stayed in the top three. Of course, win or lose, these guys are competing against either the champ or another top three contender, meaning their ranking would never drop below that. But after 2023, when these guys started giving lower ranked contenders chances, why couldn't any young contender break through? Fiziev tried, Beneil tried, and Benoit tried, and they were all on massive win streaks. Fiziev was on a 6-fight win streak before getting stopped by Justin Gaethje, which included a knockout over longtime ranked lightweight Renato Moicano and knockout
Moicano wants money
over former lightweight champion Rafael dos Anjos. Beneil Dariush was on a massive 8-fight win streak, which included a banger win over Gamrot and another unfortunate beatdown over lightweight legend Tony Ferguson, but any hope of this win streak leading to Islam was all washed away when he faced Charles Oliveira. And finally, Benoit Saint-Denis, who was on a 5-fight win streak and finish streak, and though at times had Dustin backing up to the cage, he was still finished by the elite boxing of Dustin Poirier. They say iron sharpens iron, and I think the lightweight division is the perfect example of this.
Facts.
Not only did fighting the top 3 ranked guys in the division keep these lightweights technically ranked on top, but consistently getting reps with only the very best in the division made them so far and beyond better than the rest of the lightweights. Don't let those win streaks fool you, even if their opponent is coming off of a bad loss.
Facts, because a motherfucker could fight Bobby Green, Monicano, Rafael dos Anjos and still get fucking lose. You feel what I'm saying? A nigga can fight. I'm not talking shit, you know. I'm just saying, you know, a motherfucker can have a resume like Kamaru Usman. Oh, I got the belt. I beat Tyrone Whitley. Let me fight Jorge Masvidal off the couch. Let me rematch him. Oh, I knocked him out. Let me fight Kobe Covington. Oh, let me rematch him. Oh, let me fight my man's Gilbert Burns. Let me knock him out. And then I fought Leon. I'm gonna fight him again. Let me wrestle the whole time. Resumes don't matter, bro, if you give somebody a chance.
Every time one of these guys came off of a loss and faced a top contender on a massive win streak, the expectations from the odds makers and some of the fans was that it was their time to fall, and the odds always showed that. When Justin Gaethje swiftly lost to Charles Oliveira by rear naked choke in the first round, he was around a plus 190 underdog going into his next fight with Rafael Fiziev. When Charles Oliveira was coming off of his loss to Islam Makhachev, he was around a plus 130 underdog going into his fight with Beneil Dariush. And finally, when Dustin Poirier was coming off of his huge loss against Justin Gaethje, when he was going into his fight with Benoit Saint-Denis, Dustin was a plus 180 underdog. This just shows that there is a massive difference in skill between a guy who lost to a lightweight legend and a guy who is on a win streak amongst the bottom half of the top 15 ranked lightweights. Because these guys have only fought each other for so long, this has forced the rest of the division to fight each other. And I think in that time, we didn't notice the skill disparity between these guys and the rest have grown vastly. There's levels to this shit, and since the Charles Oliveira era, I think the skill level looks like this now. At tier 3, we have the bottom of the top 15 ranked lightweights. These guys...
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. Monicano should be tier 2, honestly. I feel like he's getting better so far. He's getting better. Dan Hooker, honestly, should be second, to be honest. The fight what he did with Dustin, I feel like anybody else would got knocked the fuck out. Rafael dos Anjos is like highly disrespectful, but we gonna let it slide.
Guys are obviously good enough to be ranked in the top 15, but are nowhere near a title shot. They'll often have banger fights amongst themselves, but are usually food for the actual contenders, and you'll often find their names in the win column for a lot of top contenders. Tier 2 are those top contenders or new contenders who at one point looked like they were going to dethrone the old guard of the division.
These niggas lost, but okay.
And can go on massive win streaks and are obviously one step above the rest of the top 15. But again, don't let those win streaks fool you. As soon as they meet one of those guys in the top 3, it seems like there's a whole nother level they haven't reached yet. And of course, we get into tier 1 contenders. The all-time names of Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, and Dustin Poirier, and at any moment, they can truly compete for the belt and seem to dispose of any new name in the lightweight division. If we had to line up these groups, I think it would look something like this. 2021 to 2023 has...
This is so fucked up, bro, but I'm gonna let you cook.
Widen the gap between the top contenders and the rest of the division. I don't think I've ever seen another division have this skill disparity issue to the extreme of the lightweight division, which brings up another good point of how good Islam Makhachev is. I know he is...
Well, I hope everybody having a great day. So
He's only fought Charles out of this group of fighters, but I would imagine he would be heavily favored against Dustin or Justin or even Charles again. And I know I said you shouldn't trust the odds when it comes to these 3, but the last time these guys lost to someone not within this group was back in October of 2020 when Justin Gaethje got beat by Khabib. And if we don't count the GOAT of the division, the last time they lost to
the GOAT,
someone outside of each other or Khabib, was back in 2018 at UFC 218 when ironically both Justin Gaethje and Charles Oliveira lost to Eddie Alvarez and Paul Felder respectively in the same event. So in summary, it's a pretty big deal when someone outside of this group beats one of them. So if these guys are so above and beyond the rest of the division, what does that say about Islam Makhachev? These three guys are
He's a fucking wrestler, bro. He just wrestles, bro. That's because he caught Volkanovski with that kick. He only caught him with the kick because Volkanovski little as shit compared to him. First of all, you see him if you go to his training footage, you see him kicking the bag the same way how he knocked him out. So he got that from the first fight. Remember, he kicked him in his head, and Alexander Volkanovski took a knee. We all know Islam Makhachev not throwing a kick towards any of these fighters, and if he did, oh my fault, I ain't see it. But at the same time, he's not throwing a fucking high kick, bro. But he did, so he did.
a legendary group of lightweights and legendary group of fighters, period. And if we haven't already, we should appreciate these guys while we still have them, because they're just a couple years away from retiring. I think well after they retire, we're going to see these guys similar to boxing's four kings if you add Michael Chandler. It's like
Uh, yeah, bro. I'ma just the video was going good. It was going really good, but until you just mentioned Michael Chandler, it just kind of hit me like I wouldn't say the greatest of all time, but hope everybody enjoyed this video. One thing we learned today is that work ethic can keep you on top.